Which functions are communication functions? N-E, N-I, T-I-F-E. Both ends and the communication TF pair, T-I and F-E.
NI is
Communicative, which is to say, it deals with low resolution objects rather than high resolution objects. So NI is communication because the alternative to that would be if somebody communicating with you might be a hater.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to deal with it? I don't want you to see anything that I don't want you to see.
If I get another call, I'll send it. I'll give it to you.
Oh, well, we just won't answer the call. I'm saying don't read any text they send
Okay.
and or listen to any voicemails. Let me deal with it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and so do ENTPs, Alex, Alec. ENTPs, N-E-T-I-F-E, INFJs, N-I-F-E-T-I. We're both three comms, one physical, but everyone's three of one and one of the other. It's just not everybody's three then one. That's what makes the other. So it makes us to the most metaphysical types, really, because you could say ENFJs are more metaphysical, but that third slot SE, it just fundamentally makes them more physical, even though they might seem more metaphysical because SI polar is what makes you seem most universalist. Eric, would you be interested in collaborating on a research paper and by collaborating occasionally send you stuff I've been working on and you talk about it for a few minutes? Yeah, sure, that'd be great. That'd be fine. You seem smart. I was hoping you were going to say that you were going to help me do cognitive functions right. But I'd be happy to help you do cognitive functions right. That's fine. And by help me, I mean just like finish all the work. Um, but that's fine. I'll help you instead. Yeah, TINI, NE, and FE, they all deal with low resolution stuff primarily, which is to say the meanings, the words, the symbols, not the experiences, the impacts, the physicalities, you know. TE and FE are the most like split of all the functions, the interface functions, because they're implicitly involved with converting either physicalities into metaphysicalities or metaphysicalities into physicalities. And they both can do both. But um, what makes TE play out as non communicative is it's interfacing with things that don't communicate. And what makes FE communicative is that it's interfacing with things that do communicate. So naturally, it's you're reading with FE cues that reveal to you a person's authenticity and their level of engagement with you, how happy they are with you, how upset they are with you, how suspicious or standoffish they are with you, all of those various cues. And but in order for you to deal with those cues, you have to convert it into a meaning. Like, okay, they're getting restless, I need to move faster. Or I'm losing people because I'm getting too musy and there are big pauses here and people don't like dead air, it's boring. Things like that. So FE in that regard is converting physical data into metaphysical information and then, producing changes in your metaphysical and physical action to be responsive to that equally human other element. TE is going to do the opposite generally. It will convert the metaphysical into the physical, like I did when I looked at the back of the dryer and found the thing that looked like in the picture, and figured out which screwdriver was the right size screwdriver to use to undo the screws. Made a decision and figured out how to, like, where to put all the screws so I make sure I didn't lose any. Um, Took the old fuses off, put the old new fuses on. It was basic TE stuff. It barely felt like TE, just felt like SE once I watched the video that explained it. But that's an FE engagement, right? It's like I'm seeking information from other people. It's kind of the hybrid ground of FE and TE. Regardless, TE is mostly going to be taking instructions and converting them into actualities and or taking data that's binary in a physical sense, like, well, I tested this fuse and it shows the thing, so it's fine. That's binary data. Or it didn't show anything, so it's busted. Once I tested one of them, so I was busted. I'd already read that they're generally replaced in pairs. So I said, I'm not even going to test the other one. I think I tried to test it and was having trouble seeing if it was moving or not. And so why even bother? So in that case, I'm converting physical binaries into metaphysical ordinations. Like, so first I have to do this, then I have to do that, then I have to do this, then I have to do that. And a lot of times it doesn't ever, though it goes from physical to metaphysical and back again. If you're not talking to somebody else about it, it may never enter into any kind of communicative realm except inside your own head. Regardless, there's some ramblings that got a little bit off point or off clear NI path there, but they're still better than everything else you hear about cognitive functions on the internet.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Communication has receiving, it has action or putting, it has getting, and it has handshaking. Just like on a computer, you've got putting information where you like put something in the chat here. You got getting information where I Google, can you smoke benzos? You have receiving information, like an ad you have unsolicited that just appears before you. And you've got handshaky stuff, like like, are you still there? We're about to log you out. Yes, okay. That's a request response. It can't be a complete action without both elements of it. The action will complete itself with your inaction. It's a dead man switch, So you can see how on computers you've got putting, getting, receiving, interfacing, and those are the only ways that you engage with them. Now, sure, you could say coding, like that's setting up environments in which information can be put, gotten, received, and handshaked. So there's not a corollary for that. But the corollary for the information flows is exact to cognitive functions. Just as information only flows 4 ways in the metaphysical environment, so too does it only flow 4 ways in the physical environment is just not as obvious and clear cut, because it's not binary down into communicative low resolution form in the way that the metaphysical external ecosystem of the internet is. So, yeah, SE is putting information, but it's not information, it's putting energy and force and whatever else. Sometimes it involves putting information, but it's attaining actual impacts. Yeah, FI is getting information, but it seems less like getting information because it seems less like asking questions to pin people down on meanings and more like, like realizing when Tom, once again, is 3 hours late texting you back that he doesn't really love you. You've gotten information. You've probably sought some of it. Some of it's unsought. It's not so clear and understood as getting as TI is, which is like asking questions. And that's really what negating stuff is all about. And yeah, SI is receiving. That one's easier to understand as receiving in the sense that you get that most people can get the idea that you are receiving an ongoing high resolution record of your experience, such that I remember what Ruben said before, and even though he's surprised by it, and such that I remember where exactly we were on the road when we were listening to this thing that one time, even though that's totally useless information that's not worth retaining. So, in that regard, it's a constant auto-receive thing happening to my own experience rather than the NI kind of receiving, which is a readiness for the world to provide more stuff to intuit about, NI is more clearly and easily understood as a receiving function accordingly. Now, of course, you receive information from your body when you get a stomach ache, it tells you have to go poo, or when you're yawning a lot and telling you need to go to bed. That's information as well. Can I do this thug shake? I don't know what the thug shake is. Hey, women. Hey, Mystery 083. Stop vaping. The old can smoke or do whatever. You are a real charmer. You could charm the pants off of anybody. Rachel's not vaping tobacco.
Yeah, no, I don't vape tobacco.
She doesn't vape tobacco. She vapes concentrate, okay? And hey, Mystery 083, marijuana is very medicinal. It heals so many ailments. You're too young to die. You're also probably, I'm guessing, too young to speak safely. I'll do the thug shake, I do the thug shake. Look at me, I'm a thug. The thug shake, yeah, the thug shake. Join me for the thug shake. Is it like that? Which explanation was that? About being not smoking?